Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. I also have some new nails, so I will be talking with my hands extra to the nth degree in pretty much every video you see for the near future. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm doing a tag. I love doing tags, and while I cannot remember the name of the tag off the top of my head, I will have it on the title, on the screen, in the title. I've tried to do this intro like 3 times now, so we're just rolling with that. I saw Millie of Bat to the Brow, and of course my dear friend Audra, do this tag. This tag was created by Better Off Red and Kate the Great Beauty. So I will link all of the videos, the tags in the description box. I will also have the questions that I am answering today in the description box. If you're a creator and you feel inspired to do it, do the damn tag. That's kind of how tags work. I also am pre-gaming for New Makeup Nonsense Bingo. I have the world's tiniest bottle of champagne that was a mistake back in early March when Yolanda was here. If you're watching, hi Yolanda. I am finally drinking this tiny bottle of champagne in this video because, as I said, I have New Makeup Nonsense Bingo to film after this, and as I was inspired by Audra a bit, I feel like this tag might be a little forthcoming in it. We'll see. We'll see. I might be totally boring, and at the end of this, you're gonna be like, that was clickbait. I don't care. Is it optimal to drink champagne out of a straw? Not at all. But that's what we're doing because lips. Now, before we jump into the questions, which there are 17 questions, so I should get the fuck started, I just wanted to say, if you are not yet subscribed and you like bitches with lots of opinions who fling F-bombs, if you like colorful makeup, or you just like cute fat babes in general, I hope you will subscribe. I also have a Patreon and YouTube membership, among other ways to support me, in the description box. The first question up is, how do you feel about the term influencer, and do you feel you are one? I am a creator. I don't particularly think the word influencer is a term that just needs to be applied to every person that decides to create things on the internet. I don't make these things for anyone to go buy the products. So, do I influence purchases? Perhaps. Is that my goal? No. So I don't really love that name, and I don't like using it for creators that I feel like are actually creating and being artistic and having a vision to what they're putting up there. Question 2. How did you decide to become a content creator? So I had been watching YouTube for years, and I finally came across people like Lacey, Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, and Teresa is Dead, Makeup Struggles, among others. And I was just like, okay, this is different. See, I had been watching beauty YouTube from the moment that I came onto YouTube, but I think especially finding Lacey and Teresa, finding weird fat people on the internet talking about makeup, being nerds, being weird, being what felt like a full person online. Also, actually, Vintage or Tacky, Cora Diane, that was the very first channel I ever found. So I really appreciated what was happening on these channels, and I felt like the communities on these channels, from live streams and other things, I felt like there was actually a community there. So that was what led me to be like, okay, yeah, let's make videos. And I haven't looked back since. It was, I think, March of 2019 when I uploaded my first video. Question 3, what's your experience with knowing other creators in life, good or bad? So I've had the opportunity to meet actually quite a few creators in person. I generally feel like I've had good experiences or neutral. I haven't felt like I've had inherently bad experiences, and I've been very, very, very lucky to literally become friends with people and meet them. I met Lacey and spent time hanging out with them. I met up with Teresa and Alex multiple times when we were both in the New York City area. And I feel like I've gotten to know other people who are active on YouTube and become real friends with them. And it's been great experiences. There's, always going to be experiences that maybe you don't feel the best or you don't click with everyone. I think this was the question that Audra referenced, like it's like coworkers, you're not going to be friendly with everyone. I feel that way. I don't want to or need to be friends with every creator or every person I work with. Absolute fuck not, actually. But I would say consistently, I've had really good experiences and I have some really great friendships and memories because of YouTube. Question 4, do you accept sponsorships and how do you feel about them? I would happily take sponsorships. I have yet to have a sponsorship situation on my channel or any of my social media platforms, but I am open to them. Absolutely, I am. And it excites me when creators that I watch, follow, that I call friends or acquaintances, it excites me when they get sponsorships. Sponsorships, I feel like in a lot of ways are like the back pay for creators, because for so many of us for so long, we create and we don't get a lot of pay or any pay from the platforms that we create on. It can take years to get monetized on YouTube, and even after that, like I just think of it as kind of making up for lost time. Obviously I can feel weird about things if somebody gets a sponsorship and they've never talked about this ever, or it's completely out of their style of things. Like if I ever was pushing the kind of digestive teas, drink this tea and it's going to make you shit and lose weight. If I was pushing that, or if I was pushing something that was like diet culture adjacent, or if somebody else that I was following that started doing that, I would feel like, what is going on here? And I wouldn't feel comfortable. But even some of the sponsorships that people I feel like are the most kind of like, they complain the most about, I just feel like I am happy to see creators get noticed and get paid for their work. And I feel like sponsorships actually give you a lot, they can give you a lot more creative freedom to make the videos you want to make, knowing that a sponsor is already paying for the work that you're putting into that. So I am pro sponsorship. I'm sure there's a lot of shady people, not even sure, I know there are a lot of shady people shilling stuff that doesn't feel great, but stop following people that make you feel that way. Like, it's that easy. Question 5, have you had an experience with a brand that's left a bad taste in your mouth? Not really. I mean, I've had a brand that I really enjoy stop sending me PR. That's valid as hell. I would love to receive more actual PR, or yeah, I would love that possibly, but none of the ones that I have received PR from have done that. I will say I was contacted by Merit when they first started doing their smaller YouTuber PR push. And I do think that what they are asking of creators in exchange for product is not where it's at. You shouldn't be given a due date, delivery date for like 5 free products. So I ended up passing on that actually for other reasons, but I don't love that. But I didn't actually work with him, so I don't know if it counts. Question 6, how do you deal with negative comments? Mute, block, hide words, talk to friends who are creators. That's like my big 4. So muting is one of the best features YouTube has. Basically, it makes this person be in their own little echo chamber. So you as the creator don't see their comments and other people don't see their comments, but they can still comment and they can still watch your videos. Or if it's that intense, if it's that offensive, they just get blocked. I have words that are automatic, like go to filter kind of words set up. That's very helpful. You can do that in the settings in your YouTube account, and I think also on Instagram and other platforms. And this is like the importance of friends who are like making YouTube or make other internet, creative things, other content, because I can go, speaking of, but I can go talk to her friend and be like, I can't believe this person had the audacity to say this. And they will come back and be like, people are the fucking worst, and like just let it out and move on. And I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt. I'm not going to say there aren't some comments that haven't stuck with me over over a period of time, but the things that I talked about are the biggest ways for me to manage and kind of like move on from negative comments. 7, what's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to comments? I think the tendency for people to not actually look at the description box before asking things like what's on your face, and I'm not even the best at doing that, but like somebody like T, Nappy Headed Hopa, she will have every piece of jewelry she has on, all of her makeup, everything linked in the description box before a live stream goes live or a video goes live. And it's just like, it's right there. So that's probably not my biggest pet peeve, but off the top of my head, that's the one that consistently just makes me go, we did the work. We did the work for you. Use the work. Question 8, what is your favorite part about being a content creator? I think that there is a combination of things. I think the community, the people that actually like show up and are in the comments and live streams supporting. And I think as somebody that is neurodivergent, very weird, has felt very alone in a lot of times and moments in my life, when I share something, especially like there's a vulnerability to it, there's a level of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put that out there, and then people, even just one person, but more than one person, is like, I feel that way too, or oh my god, I go through that too. It's a feeling that I don't know if I can put into words how good it makes me feel and how seen and connected I feel. And yeah, it's those moments. It's those moments where people are just like, hell yeah, I relate to that. And there are so many comments that make me feel amazing, but I think it's those moments where I am vulnerable. I go to a more vulnerable place than I might be 100% comfortable doing, and I have people show the fuck up and support, and that is amazing. Question 9, what is your least favorite part about being a content creator? So I think for me, I still struggle with editing, and I've grown to enjoy it more over the years, but I think the thing that bothers me the most is how much time it takes up for me to edit a video, or really to film, edit, upload. My least favorite part is kind of like the amount of time that I take on things versus like what the final impact is. And that's not just like revenue that I'm making from the video, but it's maybe how much it's being seen, how much it's being commented on. So I do think that in time, in when I'm in a different stratosphere in terms of like subscribers and all of that, I do think that having an editor would be my first kind of dream and wish. Yeah, because it frustrates me, and I feel like I could be able to spend more time in other parts of the process that's more creative and enjoyable for me than editing. But I will say I've grown to enjoy it more than I used to. Question 10, do you edit your own content? And if so, do you enjoy it? I do edit. I enjoy parts of it. I enjoy finding new ways to add my personality and humor into videos, but I don't enjoy it in full. Question 11, where do you draw the line in regard to sharing on social media? I'm still kind of finding that and like regaining my footing in terms of how much I want to share. And real talk, I think that for me, the more vulnerable things or the more intimate things that I kind of got used to sharing in general will probably end up being more on my Patreon, YouTube member space, because I sometimes feel like an open book, and then sometimes I'm like, wait, did I really want all of that on the internet about myself? So I think that by like putting, like the newest decision I've made is that when I do more intimate, like Get Ready With Me's where I'm talking about my mental health or specific things about my life that feel just a little bit more close to the chest, that if I do want to put that out there, it's going to be just for the core group, because I do feel this kind of pull to overshare, and then sometimes it bites me in the ass. And so I do feel like I'm very much, I probably have more out there on the internet than is advisable, but I also kind of made some mistakes at an earlier age, like in terms of having my first and last name and everything on the internet, where it's hard to feel like I can kind of reverse from that. Question 12, name one thing you wish you knew when you were starting out. I do think that there's a level of like figuring out how much you actually want to share about yourself before you start out. I also think that one of the biggest things is that people are going to either fuck with you or they're not. But you being a fake version of yourself, trying to kind of follow trends, follow patterns of existing bigger creators, is not going to make people flock to you sooner. There is no reason to be Jaclyn Hill 2.0 when Jaclyn Hill exists. There's no reason to be Jackie Ina 2.0 or Angelica Nyquist 2.0 or Audra at Home 2.0. Be yourself, and the people that find you, like, they will find you. But when you are modeling yourself after other really big influencers, I just think it's I think that you are setting yourself up for failure, and I don't think that you can successfully be a creator for longer periods of time by following other people's game plan. This is inherently a creative and artistic endeavor. So your vision, your perspective is why people will find you and why people will stay with you. Question 13, is there a change you would like to make in your content in the future? I think for me, I just, this is something that I think Audra talked about in their video and something that I've been working on too. I want to build a community based on people who are supporting me through things like Patreon and YouTube memberships. And that's scary for me because there is something scary about putting a certain amount of stuff behind a paywall, either for periods of time or whatever. But I want to value myself first when I'm making stuff moving forward. And I also just want to let myself have the freedom to make videos about whatever I want to make them about, and not just stay in the beauty world. Beauty and makeup, I can nerd out about so much. But the times where I let myself talk about diet culture or clothes or even media or just what's making me happy or anything, like, I just realized that I am a full person, and so I want to try to show more of myself in a way. See, this is where I struggle, the whole open book thing versus anyway. I also have found that the more I've kind of opened up about my neurodivergent brain and a lot of that stuff, it's been very satisfying and like rewarding. So I just want to keep making videos that excite me, and hopefully people will find and join along and follow if it excites them too. Question 14, what company or collab is your dream? I did a whole video talking about like a dream makeup collab, and I talked about doing one with Kaleidos, and that still stands. I would love to work with Cleona. I would love to work with like Danessa Myricks. I could love to work with Blend Bunny, Terra Moons. Like, these are just a couple off the top of my head. I'm an indie single eyeshadow lover, so I would love to like create bundles with brands with all new shades or some new shades and some existing shades, create color stories and little like curated capsules. Like, there's so many opportunities, and I just, for me and for other creators, I would love to see more indie brands do things in that world. Mira Beauty, Drench, like, possibilities are endless. I'm serious about all of this. Question 15, what other creators do you admire or want to work with? I really do feel like I have been able to collaborate or work with so many people, from the creators that say yes to my yearly like community end of year favorites, to people that I've just one-off asked. I mean, I did a collaboration with Laura May Beauty. I have collaborated with Abby Williamson. I have there are other people, and there are totally other people that I have not done a collab with yet that I would love to. But I think when I started realizing that, like, you can just ask people, and not everyone's going to say yes. Not everyone is even going to reply at all. But as somebody who is very, like, I have rejection sensitive dysphoria, so rejection is hard. So having the guts to actually ask is also hard, but you just never know until you ask, especially if you are coming in with a good idea. So I feel very lucky to say that I have worked with so many amazing people, and I like, it's an embarrassment of riches to sit here and say I can't necessarily think of somebody that I've wanted to work with that I haven't. The fancy face Tina, T, nappy-headed Hoba, Audra, so okay, I'm gonna stop talking because words are hard. Question 16. What kind of content do you hate? Family channels. Stop putting children on the internet. Children cannot consent to being put on the internet. Stop putting them on the fucking internet, especially in your family vlog, family channel videos. Stop it. Question 17. Have you ever had to deal with cancel culture? And if so, how? There was a live stream at one point in time that did not go well, and somebody else did something pretty fucking terrible, said something, and I awkward laughed in response. And awkward laugh is a thing that I do. And I was very lucky. We were small channels, small moment. I didn't deal with. I don't think cancel culture. We need to just give up that phrase. Like there's accountability in my book, and I was held accountable and had to deal with fortunately not a huge outcry, but people calling me out and questioning me on it, and people that I loved and cared about. And so yeah, it was not fun, but it could have been way worse. And I don't know, it's been a while, so I feel like I have moved on from that in many ways and grown a lot since then. But yeah, I don't know. It was hard in the moment. It really was. It was hard for multiple reasons, but we got through it, and the friends that I had at the moment, I was really thankful for, including the ones that were like, "What the fuck did you just do?" So yeah, I didn't actually mean to go. It's fine. I talked about it, but that's what happened in the most vague, probably unclear way possible. But I feel like I have answered all of the questions. Not feel like I have answered all of the questions. And I hope you enjoyed the tag. Did any of these answers seem scandalous? Do you have any thoughts? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you feel so inspired to answer a question in the comments, especially if you're a creator, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or Twitter, I would love to hear from y'all. Or you can just give me your thoughts about anything that I talked about today. And I have champagne burps. I want to thank my patrons and my YouTube members for your support. I so appreciate it. And anyone that's interested can definitely check those out in the description box. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. And hopefully I will see you again real soon. But most importantly, take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. And you're worth a tiny, overpriced bottle of champagne too, if you so desire it. Bye, friends.